So I'm here at the Bark Park trail here. This is the beginning of the path that leads to the helicopter crash site. As you can see, this is the beginning of the path. As I'm going up here, the path that leads to the crash site behind there, this is a very beautiful scenery. You can see Calabasas here. It's just another view of the scenery of Calabasas from up here. You have to see this with your own eyes. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm real glad I didn't wear my Kobe's. If you're coming out here, don't wear your Kobe's here. Alright guys, so I finally made it to the crash site where the helicopter crashed. They had to clean up this area because it was contaminated with aviation fuel. Up right here is the crater that was made from the helicopter's impact point. So what happened was the helicopter was going down Las Virgenes Road here. It came up here and it made a bank, a left bank. It fell out of the sky and it crashed right here. The tail rotor was found here, and the rest of the debris of the helicopter flew over to the other side of the mountain. I don't know if my camera can catch it, but the helicopter was on fire when it crashed, and you can still see the burned tree limbs here. And I've climbed up to this crater. It's extremely steep, but this crater impact is absolutely huge. Just to give you an idea of how big this crater is here, I'm standing in it right now. I'm about 5'7" without shoes, and yeah, this thing is pretty damn big. So right here is a piece of the helicopter, as you can see, where the crater and the impact point is. It's absolutely sad. It actually happened. So I got these flowers. There's 9 stems representing the 9 lives that were lost. Alyssa Altobelli, Gianna Altobelli, Keri Altobelli, Ara Zobayan, Payton Chester, Sarah Chester, Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and Christina Mauser. May y'all rest in peace. And I'm gonna just leave them right here. So back over there is where the helicopter crashed, but the bulk of the helicopter was rested here, I believe, where you can see that people dug out a huge hole to remove the aviation fuel. Another thing to note, so this is where the trail curves, and I believe also some parts of the helicopter was laid to rest here. As you can see, the soil is dug out here. And I do believe some parts of it went further, but it's this general area where the helicopter came to rest. So as I was here, there's another Laker fan, Kobe fan. His name is Jason. He left purple gold flowers here. Much respect. It's nice to see other people here paying respect to what happened that day. So props to you, Jason.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And since this is where the helicopter was flying towards, the crazy thing is it almost cleared the mountain here, and if the helicopter was just a little bit higher, they actually might have survived. But so as I'm coming down the trail here, here's Ben and Amy, other Laker fans. I'm really glad to see that there's other people coming out here to pay respect, because today is the Sunday and it actually happened on the Sunday, and these guys here notified me of that. So much respect to y'all for coming out.
Oh yeah.
Another thing that's worth mentioning right here, this is a memorial that was laid by people. Much respect to them with the Granity Studios logo, but this isn't the crash site. So when you're coming up here, you'll find this, but the actual crash site is actually up there. So I'm back in my hotel in Calabasas. It's called Goodnight Inn in Calabasas. It's very close to the entrance of Calabasas Bark Park, where the trail leads you to the crash site. If you want to come here and check it out, this is a good place. I highly recommend it. It's very clean, a nice place. I'm done with the hike to Kobe's site, and I just finished it, and I just want to talk about what Kobe Bryant meant to me. And I have nothing scripted or a note take for this video. like LeBron did a year ago, where he said he coming straight from the heart. That's exactly what I'm gonna do right here. The reason why I had to come out here and see it is because without Kobe, and I promised y'all last video I made with the shoes, the Kobe shoes I owned, that I'd talk about how much he meant to me. This is it. And without him, I would not be the person I am today. And I know that my channel is about self-improvement, being the best version of yourself, and he's a big reason why I started doing all of that. His hard work is unparalleled. I can tell you all the Kobe stories I've heard. I just met a guy here who delivered water for Shaq and Kobe back in 2000, before they won their first championship. He was telling me he was in the locker room and he saw Shaq and he handed him water and he was easygoing. But Kobe, his demeanor, he was a grouch, or just like locked in and focused, and he was just determined to be the best. And I can go on and on about stories of him showing up to practice at 4 in the morning after like a 40-mile bike ride or something, and then doing a complete workout before the Team USA scrimmage. He worked harder than anybody that was on that team, in the Olympic team. And what's crazy to me is Kobe is a definition of hard work can overcome talent, because when he came into the NBA, he didn't have a good body, and you saw that he was bone skinny. And believe it or not, he's 6'4" and 3/4. Vanessa Bryant confirmed that he's actually not 6'6", and I can promise you that I know what I'm talking about. He had the work ethic to be one of the top 10 players of all time, despite not having gifted abilities like LeBron, with gifted athleticism and the huge body. Hardest worker ever, without a doubt. He had such a life ahead of him after basketball. He seemed so much happier after he retired. Kobe was a girl dad. He truly cared about raising his girls, and he gave so much back to his community, starting the Mamba Sports Academy, mentoring people. Naomi Osaka even saying to us he texted her if she was okay. I know Kobe was not a perfect person. I could write an entire book hating on him like a hater, but perfect is boring. And the fact that he made a career out of what he did with his body, overcame the difficulties, the assault case in his life, he's one of the most inspiring human beings ever. Paying attention to detail, that's what I do when I play piano. His attention to detail, shaving off a few millimeters on his shoes, studying film, taking notes of what other players are doing. This man was incredible. Studying sharks before he faced off Allen Iverson. I can go on and on about Kobe. I could talk about him forever. I remember that morning on January 26th, my friend texted me he died. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was fake, because LeBron passed him on the all-time scoring list just the other night before. Rest in peace to all those people who died. Kobe was arguably the most skilled player ever. His game was absolutely beautiful to watch. I watched all of his interviews. He's passionate about storytelling. When he talks about getting better and being better, I'm gonna absolutely miss that. He's one of the smartest NBA players ever. You just listen to that man talk, you just know that man is just full of wisdom. He is the perfect example and a model for every single human being. And that is why he will always be my favorite player. That ends it for this video. I'm tired as hell, and it was very sad seeing the sight, but I'm glad I got to see it, and it's very real. I'll see y'all in the next one. Jay the way out.